Going live. We are live. Hey, get off your phone.
I'm actually emailing Jordan.
Jordan who?
From Pine Cup.
We'll see if Jordan jumps on this. That'd be funny. Let me see if I can get the live stream up here so I can read your comments. Yep. Okay, we're good to go. How's it going, everybody? Benjamin Johnson says, "What's up, guys?" Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Okay. Okay, so before I forget, because I did this last time, I set up the live stream with the title of "Stay One Step Ahead." Is that what it is? Yeah, stay one step ahead. And then I forgot to even mention it or go into it on the last live stream, and so I ended up titling it something else. We're going to hit it today. It was just a thought that I was having a couple days ago about, hey, keep it down over there.
Sorry.
So I think back to like my earlier days of doing this, and I remember feeling like I had missed out on some opportunities because I didn't just jump on it. Like, just to give an example, back in the day when we were making like MacBook cases, we were selling a lot of them, like tablet cases and MacBooks, specifically like Apple stuff. And I remember always having the thought of like, oh, it would be so cool to one day like partner with Apple or something, but it was such a pipe dream. I'm like, yeah, that would never happen. But like not too long after I had that thought, I remember seeing some small-time leather craftsmen like ourselves all of a sudden popped up on Apple's website. And I was so blown away. I was looking at their MacBook cases, and it was just like, it was all hand-stitched. It was very, very small-time, very us, and I'm like, here I am thinking that it would never happen, and someone else jumped on us. Someone else beat us to the punch. I mean, I don't even want to say that was on my radar. It's not like I was trying for it because it was so far off my radar. And that's a horrible way to think about things. If you want something, you should just go for it and stay one step ahead of the next guy who's Now, again, this isn't like a competition-driven kind of thing in my mind. It's not like you got to beat everyone to the punch and throw elbows. I'm not saying that at all, but don't wait around. Don't wait for someone else to beat you to the punch. Just make things happen. Stay one step ahead, and that's going to help you stand out in a sea of thousands of other makers who are making really similar stuff. A lot of people are using similar leather now with similar techniques. If you want to stand out and be unique, you got to stay one step ahead of the game. Find the next thing. Find what, something that you can do to kind of change the route of what everyone else is doing in some way. And I'm not even saying we've figured that out. I don't feel like that at all. But those little moments in my life in the past that led me that I thought, I'm not going to wait around anymore. I'm not going to wait for someone else to beat me to the punch and get there first and do things better than me. I want to be there. And so, anyway, that's just kind of the thought that I had been thinking about. What are your thoughts on it? Have you guys ever felt like that? I'm missing some comments here.
You should put your laptop right here, and I can.
You want to read some comments too?
You just need these words.
We get the workbench is full today. Look at this. I'm making some 68s. We got some key pieces going. We're trying to accomplish 4 or 5 things at once right now. Thank you, Kim. How's it going? She said, everyone please hit the like button. Thank you so much. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Barbara. Miss Pris. Impact Guns. That's Jordan Porritt. What's up, man? Kurt. Every day I'm hustling. Ooh, Westerns, yeah, we've had a lot of people waiting on those, and I'm just plugging away trying to make it happen. We don't have many. I'm only making 5 right now because I'm just trying to get whatever done we can. But
Kim, I'm feeling good today. Thank you. I'm good. I'm working.
I wish there was a good way to like see what we were working on. Should we put it way over there?
Hang it from the ceiling.
That'd be next level. That's staying one step ahead. Yo, what's up? Thanks, Alexis. Jeez, you guys are so nice. Working that super chat. We really appreciate that. That means the world to us. The more support we get from you guys like that, the more we're able to keep doing this and spend time on these live streams. And the less time I have to spend going out and getting some miserable job that I hate. Don Rowe says, Cobra or hand burnish? It just depends, Don. There's different cases for each. I've mentioned this in other ones, but if I'm working on an edge that I specifically want to keep clean as far as like the color, I don't want it to darken or anything, I just want like a really clean burnished edge, then for sure stick to the hand tools, hand slicking, hand sanding, because if you go too fast and too heavy, it's gonna burn, and that's what darkens the edge. So stick to the hand slicker and just sanding it by hand. But there are times, like some of our products are still done on the laser. Like if we need like a quick run done that we can't get from Waterbury or whatever, sometimes we'll have a little batch cut on a laser. And in that case, the edges are already burned, so it just slicks it down really nice, makes it look good. So the MP burnisher is great for that. Also, if I'm going to be painting an edge, and so it doesn't really matter what the color is underneath, then the MP burnisher is great. Also, I've used it on belts. Was just filming some stuff and got notified you were live. So I had to stop by and say hello to you both. What's up, Jordan? I think you missed it, but at the first of this live stream, I was like, hey, get off your phone. She's like, I'm emailing Jordan from Pine Top Brand. It was kind of funny. Hi, Ronnie. Love to be here again with you all. Thank you. Awesome, awesome. Hi from Barcelona. Just saw the Juki machine video tips. Hard to find this machine though. Thanks. It is. I bet it's even harder international. What's your opinion about camel leather? I have zero opinions on that. I've never tried it, no opinions.
Would you?
I'd try it if I had the opportunity. Love your videos. This is my first live stream. It's really nice to see what you're up to in your process. Thank you, Barbara. Glad you're here. All right. Man, Kim's just on top of it. Okay, I gotta stick these up. Sometimes I get distracted and I wait too long for my glue to set. If you wait too long, it doesn't stick.
It's 12 on the 13th. Okay.
I'm thinking we should maybe move it back there.
Making a tote bag, what leather thickness would you recommend?
Well, it's so hard to say because it just depends on the pattern you use, the type of tote bag. There's just so many other options. If you just need like a blanket answer, I'd maybe say like 4 to 5 ounces, because if you're not layering anything or like turning the edges or anything like that, then that'll be enough structure where it'll like kind of keep its structure. But if you're gonna be lining it and you've got, it's a little more technical, you can go thinner, like 2 to 3 ounces. But I've seen guys make really cool totes with like 9 to 10 ounce leather, and they'll like weave the sides. I mean, there's so many different ways you can do it. It really just depends on the look and feel that you want. But I would maybe first try out like 4 to 5 ounces. The good thing is when you buy like a oil tan leather, like those utility chap hides, those are usually in 4 to 5 ounces, which is like a good place to start. So try that. All right, I'm bringing you over here.
It's a good size needle, babe.
A good size needle?
Yeah.
For what?
For sewing wallets.
On a machine or hand stitching?
Ronnie, on a machine or hand stitching? Oh, Kyle had a question up here about lighting.
What do you have for shop lights? Do you have different lighting for vlogging, color of light? No, the lighting's not great because we have these beams up here that cast shadows. So like, see, I'm in a shadow now, not in a shadow. But I just installed some like LED shop lights that I got from Amazon. So they're good because they're like 5,000 Kelvin temperature, which is like the most natural color for lighting. So they work pretty good for vlogging and everything. On a machine, okay, well that depends Ronnie, that depends on your machine, and it depends on what type of or the weight of thread that you're using. Yeah, I would go to threadexchange.com because they have a needle and thread guide, and you can look at it and decide what type of thread you want, and then it'll tell you which needles to buy for it. So that'd probably be your best bet. Okay, John, I'm trying to figure out how to move from my 9 to 5 that I hate to making leather full time. What would you recommend for a crafter trying to make the transition? John, I made a video not too long ago about 5 things you need to do. Was it 5? I don't know. Things you need to do to start selling your leatherwork. And I go through all the steps, you know, like setting up a website and pushing on social media, how to like attract customers, things like that. So that would probably be the first thing to do. But just don't make any drastic changes until you feel comfortable doing it. You know, I wouldn't suggest like quitting your job until orders are rolling in and you can't keep up with the demand and your full-time job. But I'll tell you, like, there's definitely going to be a time where you're going to have to make big sacrifices. It's not like the side business is suddenly just going to be blowing up, making millions, and it's comfortable to quit your job. So don't wait for it to be perfect and comfortable. But you do have to play it smart. Make sure that like the transition's, you know, gonna be possible, even if it's tough as a sacrifice.
It's still hard for us, really hard.
Yeah, oh man, yeah. We still have a long way to grow.
To grow and go.
To go, grow. We have lots of growth ahead of us. Ways to go. Matthew is new from the UK. Hi, Matthew. Yeah, first time on one of your live streams. Love your videos. I wish I could give leatherwork a go, but I live in military accommodation, so don't have much room. Keep up the great work from the UK. Thank you, Matt.
When Perk started, though, he was doing it on his parents' dining room table.
Yeah.
For like
it's true.
a month or 2. He didn't have much room either.
That's what's cool about leatherwork, though. It's not like woodworking and a few other things. It really demands a lot of space because your materials are big and heavy and equipment's big and heavy. But you can get a long ways with just, you know, small pieces of leather and some hand tools, which really don't take up too much space. Of course, as you grow, you're going to want some more room, but I've always loved that about leathercraft. It's really easy to get started because it doesn't demand that much space or even money. Thanks to...
Hi, Brady.
What's up, Dirty B?
And Placid. Trader Nell. Did we answer Josh's question? Okay.
Whew, I'm getting hot now. I'm either like
the heater is
bloody hot or freezing cold. Can I turn this off? Are you cold?
Okay, Joshua said, I know this has been beat to death, but Cobra or Juki? I do wallets, knife sheaths, belts, holsters. I can't make my mind up. It's a lot of money to make a mistake, which is best all around.
So, Cobra and Juki are just the brands of the machine. Your decision should really be based on what model of Cobra or what model of Juki. Juki has machines that are a lot like the Cobras. They've got big harness stitchers with cylinder arms. And Cobra has flatbed machines, post bed. They've got harness stitchers, you know. So what you really want to look into rather than just the different brand types, unless that's what you're looking for. Because I mean, I don't really have a lot of weight there. I think Cobra, Cowboy, and Juki are all really good machines. Conso's good, Faf. I mean, they're all good. I've never heard someone like hate a brand of. They're all pretty good. But as far as like, you just need to decide what type of machine you want. Like if you're doing really heavy duty leather where you're sewing together like multiple layers of 9 to 10 ounce or 13 ounces, you definitely want to stick with a big harness stitcher like the Cobra Class 3, Cobra Class 4, Cowboy 3200 or the 4200 or 4500, I think is what they called it. But yeah, because it's just designed for much heavier leather, much heavier materials. And the flatbeds are really nice for wallets specifically, and just like other things that are more flat in nature, you know, this kind of sits on the table and you can, you know, it just makes a lot more sense to have a flatbed machine for this. But for the bags, I still wish we had a cylinder arm, and pretty soon we need to invest in one again, because the cylinder arms are really good for like getting around weird angles. You know, it really just depends on what you're sewing, and I really don't believe that there's just one machine that'll do it all. You know, sometimes it makes sense to have 2 or 3 different machines.
Looks like everyone started. A lot of people start on folding tables. Jordan, Shane.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hello from Toledo.
Sent in my first vlog. Cool. We did you hashtag maker vloggery? I've seen quite a few people say that they've done that. So I've watched a few of them. Mike posted one that was really good, just like an intro to his shop. Who else? Gosh, I can't remember the names, but there's quite a few people.
Rider. Was that one?
I didn't see that one.
Rowdy Rider.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I gotta go watch it. But I love seeing it. You guys are so awesome. People are just uploading vlogs, introducing their shop spaces. I love it. We need to have like a challenge. Like, that should be like a challenge we put out for everyone that's in the Facebook group, to do like an introduction to your shop, to your space.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think he kind of did that. Hold on. Let's see. Our cutting mat. Who's it from again?
I got this one from a new place. I don't remember.
I have it in a spreadsheet. Just a
the
sec.
new one?
Yeah. Just a sec, and I'll pull it up.
We used to get them at a place called, it was something weird like, who's that little cartoon character that has the hair and the axe and it's always on people's cars? What is that? I'm spacing, but it didn't matter because that supplier, it wasn't great. The shipping was really expensive, and
it was more than this one, and this one's bigger.
Yeah, it cost quite a bit more. And this one was just easier to order. They had a better website.
Okay, I'm pulling it up. I'll tell you when I get it pulled up. Okay, let's see. Oh, Redbeard, what did we miss? You're going to be making a new channel just for the maker stuff. Like the maker vloggery stuff? We'll probably just keep most of the stuff on this channel. Sorry, our babies are napping, or they were. Nope, she's still in bed. I don't know what here, probably the neighbor kids. But we'll probably just keep everything on the Stock and Barrel channel just in one. But we'll have the Facebook group asking questions and stuff. And if you did request to join that group, make sure you go back and answer the questions so that we can get you approved. Okay.
I knew it was kids from walking from the bus.
I know, I pulled her up and she was just asleep. No, don't open all those.
It's so hot.
No, it's not.
It's hot.
No.
Okay, one door.
Okay. Okay, Kyle said, you talked about partnering with Apple. Have you sold wholesale before? What's your thoughts on wholesale versus direct to consumer through your own website or another channel?
It's a good question. I feel like I've talked about it a lot, but again, that's what these are for. I love the questions. So the Apple thing was a long time ago. That was before we had changed our model to direct to consumer only. But yeah, we have done wholesale. We used to have our products in stores all over the country. And I really loved that. It was cool to have the relationships with the retailers. But it was just a decision I made. There wasn't a lot of weight as to like why we went direct to consumer. A big part was I just wanted to bring our prices low without having to compromise in quality and materials. That's usually how you get prices really low, is by sourcing much cheaper materials and changing your workflow and your process to accommodate, to make it cheaper. But we found out, you know, I was like, after thinking about it, I'm like, okay, if we got rid of that wholesale, that top line wholesale margin, and sold all of our products at the wholesale price, then we're able to keep everything the same using veg tan leather, you know, a lot of hand processes still, but bring our prices way lower. So it was just a decision we made, and it was kind of bitter. I hated having to end our relationships with some of the retailers, but in the end, our website sales just started growing a lot faster, and it really made up for the wholesale orders that we were getting. I never put a whole lot of time or weight into the wholesale stuff. If I did, maybe that would have been much more successful. We could have gone to like retailer trade shows and stuff and maybe had a lot of success, but I just wanted to focus on our website a lot. Just put all of our energy in social media and website and see how many orders we could get rolling through that one outlet, you know, just that one hub, keep everything on the website. And I think it was worth it. It was a good move for us. Our prices are like some of the best in the world that we're in the like handcrafted leather goods world, especially if you're comparing people who use vegetable tan leather. So we're definitely like in that lower price point for sure. And that's wise because our pricing model.
Babe, I can't find that spreadsheet.
Man, sometimes it jumps. We're like in the middle of them and it'll jump to the end when a new one comes in. Pierce says, I think I'm going to invest in a Mighty Wonder and dyes first. I really enjoy hand stitching, cutting not so much. Yeah, that's a great idea. We love our clicker press and dyes. There's just like something, that's like a really good feeling to know you just put a dye down, chunk, chunk, and you got the exact shape you want. Definitely worth it. Hey, I love your videos. When starting out with a limited budget, would you recommend investing in a clicker press, outsourcing to a laser cutter, or cutting by hand? Again, this all kind of depends on what you're doing. If you're going to pick just a couple product styles that you want to focus on, then definitely get dyes and a clicker press, I would say. But if you haven't really figured out what works yet, what sells well, you're trying out a lot of different patterns, then maybe it'd be worth just hand cutting for a while. Laser cutting is like a good way to go in some instances, but it takes a long time to get it right. We went through like 3 different laser cutters, and a lot of people just couldn't do it very well. It was really hard to like keep the leather from burning too much. We finally found a guy that was just really good at it. He nailed it. But in the end, it's still, it's just a different world, you know. You're dealing with the charred edges and the burnt smell of the leather. So I'm not dissing on it. We used it for a long time, and I'm really proud of the products we made when we were laser cutting everything. But it is like a different craft. It's a whole different art. So I don't know. Maybe just focus on hand cutting for quite a while until you're really comfortable. You know, with a specific product that's starting to sell well, or that you know will sell well, and then start, you know, pumping out a few of them at a time. Welcome to my dining room table. This is where the magic happens. That's like a Cribs episode. I'm going to do a live feed intro to my shop after you're done. I'll hashtag MakerVloggery. Cool, Shane. Can't wait to see it. Kurt Earhart, that's exactly what my video will be when I get to it. Right on. I love it. Hi, everyone just tuned in. Hi, David. Vance, I have the same question as Tobias.
I'm trying to... Tobias.
Oh, Barbara. Tobias.
I am trying to find... I don't know where I put it. I feel like I'm usually really organized, but I can't find the spreadsheet that has like
it's not just
where
in
we
our drive?
purchased everything. That's what I thought it was. So I'm looking right now. So
I'm pretty sure I just found it like on the first page of Google. You just type in like self-healing cutting mats or like workbench cutting mats or something. It was one of the first ones that showed up, if I remember right. Okay, starting off. Jordan said, I still need to get a Mighty Wonder. We are still using a modified Harbor Freight shop press. Yeah, I looked at one of those for a long time, thought about doing it. I just didn't love how slow it is. Maybe that's the problem you have with it, but it's just a really slow process. But it works, you know, as long as it works, you're good. But I do love my Mighty Wonder. I've been talking to Tandy, and they said that they're going to be coming out with a clicker press, like a hand-operated clicker press, like the Mighty Wonder. I'm excited to see what that one looks like. Okay, Pine Top brand. That's why I had to buy my own laser. I couldn't get anyone to do it right. Oh, you bought your own laser? Holy smokes! We looked into that for a long time. I was really eager to get one, and then eventually we kind of started changing the process again, and I got really excited about clicker dies. But that's crazy, man. That's a hefty investment, but probably worth it because you can do so much with them. I'm watching you from China. Awesome. Welcome, Ronald. So what do you have? So what do I have to say one step ahead with? Okay, so after this is done, just go back and watch it again. I covered all that at the very beginning. Just some basic thoughts. I'm not, yeah, anyway, go back and watch it when this is over. It's definitely slow but faster than hand cutting, and the press was only $100. Yeah, that's killer. Welcome, Ronald. Brazil. Cool. I gotta hurry and do this.
I'm cold now, babe.
You're cold?
Yes.
I'll go shut that.
Would it be in sheets or docs?
Sheets, I think.
So it would just be recent. It's really bugging me. I need to get it. It's hardware links. Thanks, babe.
Oh man, I need a $100 press. What are your food cravings lately? Anything weird?
Not lately. I craved really certain things at the beginning, but I've always liked potatoes this pregnancy. Any kind of potatoes, any form. But nothing crazy this time.
You haven't had anything weird, but you do get them at weird times. Like I catch
Yeah.
her eating spaghetti at like 9:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
or like baked potatoes and stuff.
Yeah, I don't eat breakfast food in the morning. I eat like dinner foods.
That is kind of weird.
Okay.
Where'd my scratch all go?
Any advice on the bell sliver, new used eBay? Does that mean Skyver?
I got mine off eBay. It was new. I would definitely go used if I found a good one for a good price, though.
Barbara says Harbor Freight has a press on sale for $59.
Gotta love Harbor Freight.
Lanky, or is it Gregory, from Brazil said he's using the translator to talk.
Oh
pretty
man,
cool.
that's dedication right there.
I don't eat spaghetti. He makes fun of everything I eat. I feel like it's normal. Eating noodles and
There's nothing
spaghetti.
weird about spaghetti. I love it. It's not your typical breakfast food. That's all I'm saying. That's funny.
I really can't find it, and it really bugs me. I typed all that stuff up. Well,
I'll look in my drive in a sec. Maybe it was like one of those things that it only saves to mine and not on the shared one.
maybe. Pine Top has a question. What speed is your servo motor set at when you run your bell skyver?
It's a good question. I don't know, actually. I don't think I ever adjusted the speed. I just started going for it. Let's see here. Oh. What is that, 0? Okay, I don't know what that means. It's set to 0, but it still goes way fast.
Do you want it to go fast?
Well, you want it to go fast just so it cuts the leather really clean, but like I've never had it not. I mean, it always just slices right through it, no problems. Make a spaghetti omelet, then it would be breakfast food. Tell them spaghetti is women's morning pizza. Fried spaghetti and eggs and cheese. Yeah.
That's so funny.
In case anyone's wondering, yes, this would be a much easier thing to do with a brush. This is like one of those things I just fight internally. I don't know why. I'm always like, yeah, I should get a brush before I do this, but I just
tried
don't.
to give him a brush too, and he said, no.
Forget brushes.
My internet's not working, so I can't do this shipment.
It's probably because we're stealing all the bandwidth for the live stream.
Is that a baby? Let's check. Andy's sleeping.
Where'd my lid go?
Was he sleeping?
They're both sacked out.
They're both sleeping.
What? Where's my lid?
How did you get into leathercraft?
Is someone punking me? Oh, there it is. I always say there were like multiple things that kind of led me into loving leathercraft. I can't like nail it down to one thing, but there are just a few different things that inspired me. Like there's a company here in Utah that makes, they're not your typical like leathercraft company. They use a lot of like oil tan leather, and it's just a different, just a different company than like the companies that are usually kind of within our circles here. But they make really cool stuff. They use like really rugged utility type chap hides, and I saw them when I was like 12 years old. It was a long time ago, and I saw them at a Swiss Days event. It's like a vendor market thing, and I just loved the feeling of the leather in my hand. And I bought a journal, and I kept it for a long time and just used it forever. And I always loved the leather on it. So that was like a little piece of it, but I hadn't really heard of them again until after I had gotten into leathercraft and kind of looked them up again. I was like, oh yeah, like they're out there killing it. But one of probably the more prominent things that like led me into leathercraft was walking around this Western tack shop here in Ogden. It's called Smith & Edwards. They're more than a tack shop. They've got everything you could ever want, but they do have a tack section. And they've got a full-blown, like, functioning workshop in the back with guys on clicker presses, just chunk, 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 and adlers that they're working on. And I just sat there and watched their workshop for a little bit and just went into a full, like, psychedelic daze. And I just fell in love with it. I remember walking around looking at the products and holding all the, like the reins and the cinches and just looking at the stitching and the edges and the different leather finishes. It's all vegetable tanned. It's all like skirting and latigo and that kind of stuff. And I just hadn't seen that type of leather work anywhere else in the world. And I remember thinking I would love to have this in my life, but be applied to something that I actually use. Like I love the idea of having a bag that looks like these products. And we still, we've always kind of kept that. Like this is a little key piece. Stitched, it's treated very much like a piece of tack, and so that's always like remained in my vision. Like I want it to feel like a heavy-duty piece of Western tack or saddlery that will survive in the field under harsh conditions for a long time. So, no, I'm not Amish. I'm not even wearing my hat this time. I don't know why you would think that. You don't have to. Let's see, what are things...
He said we're boring too, so...
Get out of here then. Okay, what did Barbara say? What are things you are able to find wholesale versus small amounts? Things you're able to find wholesale. What do you mean by like supplies, like leather and... There are quite a few companies out there that really make it easy for small makers. Like District Leather Supply sells really high-end, unique types of leather, but in small cuts. Rocky Mountain Leather Supply does. They also sell hardware and tools and everything for like, you know, really fair pricing. Tandy doesn't require wholesale orders. That's like the one-stop shop for just about anything, and they're the most like budget friendly. So I love Tandy. I need to scroll that thing up because I can't see the screen. I'm getting text right now. Jeez, I'm so popular.
Okay. What size needle do you use? Also, what kind of needle? A leather one or a sharp point one? I have seen where you use 92 thread.
Okay, wait, say that again. I wasn't really listening.
What were you doing?
What size needle do you use? What kind of needle? Okay, I'm just going to refer back to that site again. Go to the threadexchange.com because they have like a really nice little thread guide that I've always referred to. And it's like, you kind of decide what weight of thread you want. 92 is what we use. It's like, it's pretty heavy duty, but not so like, just out there. And like, it's a little bit subtle, which I like, but it doesn't feel weak, like it's going to break. So I use 92 or 69. I kind of go back and forth, mostly 92 though. So once you decide that, then it'll kind of give a guide and show you the different types of needles that you can get with 92. It gives you like the exact size you need, and then it gives suggestions based on like the type of needle. So you get like the diamond stitch or whatever. So yeah, I think we use a diamond. Well,
you put your elbow.
What?
You put your elbow with my glue.
Oh no! Shoot. Where are the little pieces that go with it?
Right over there.
Oh. Okay, so right now I'm using some Gross Becker 135 by 16 so triangle shape. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's not gonna focus, but DP by 16D. Yeah, I honestly don't know. Like every time I go to buy needles, I have to like look it up again and be reminded because it's really technical sizing. There's like 3 different factors you got to look into. I forget what we use the most, but whenever I buy thread, I just go up, look up the needles I need and buy them right then and there. I'm using a 138 with a leather needle and it's cutting it, so I just wanted to see what other people are using. Cool. Oh, cutting it like in a bad way?
No.
Oh, it's cutting it like it's doing the job.
There's one up here real fast.
Amish using the internet and lights.
Do you plan on doing a video on how to put your logo on leather goods?
I don't have that on the list, but we should. I'll throw it on. When I'm not using the phone for this, I'll add it.
Okay, hello from Russia.
Thank you.
Do you know what Amish is?
It's funny.
That's funny.
I know why I get accused of being Amish. It's this beard that does it. I gotta plug my phone in because we're about to die.
Have you ever tried tooling? If not, would you, babe?
Yeah.
He'll come back over here, but push the low power mode first.
I haven't even tried tooling, not even once, which is like kind of on purpose. I've been holding out. I've been kind of waiting for the right moment to get into it because our orders just keep us totally consumed and we're so busy filling them. And so I don't have a lot of like experimental time, but I've been really wanting to do it. And I thought it might be really cool to do a video of like learning something from start to finish, like having no experience at something and kind of documenting the whole process of like practicing and all the mistakes and the hiccups and take it right to a point where I feel like genuinely comfortable and would actually like sell something with tooling on it. In general, I don't like the idea of selling products that are tooled because you're basically getting into the custom world at that point where you're spending a ton of time on each product and it would just get really expensive and time consuming. But I know guys do it. Hello from Jersey and the Channel Islands. Hi, Ariel. Where's a good place to buy hardware? Currently, I mostly use Weaver. Weaver's really good, but I also love buckleguy.com. It's really hard to find hardware that is cheap. I mean, you don't want cheap, but hardware's just expensive. That's all it comes down to. Unless you're able to buy like 1,000 of, a specific piece. But our problem is we buy like lots of different pieces, so like different styles. So you can't buy 1,000 of just one thing because I would actually need 1,000 of like 50 different things. Which doesn't make sense. Hi, Paul. Welcome. We're getting behind on the comments. We'll just jump up.
Just start up here.
Conchos.com is a good one for buckles.
Oh,
Yeah,
we've gotten them at Conchos.
Yeah.
And they have good sales too, like if you sign up for their newsletter on holidays.
What would you say is the most challenging project you do or have done? Also, did you decide on your logo? How did you decide? I don't know. What's the most challenging project?
That bag you hand stitched that took you like 4 days.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. Like when I first started designing the field bag, the number 56, it was like a totally different pattern than I was used to. It was like really going out of the box for me. And I didn't have a sewing machine yet. I was still hand stitching everything. It was just a lot of hand stitching. So I don't know, probably that.
Did we already miss Jordan?
He said, glad I could stop by and catch you guys for a few minutes. Got to go back to filming stuff. Have a great weekend. Yes, I'm so glad you're doing that, Jordan. Can't wait to see your vlogs. Good luck filming. Any chance on seeing what the back side of your stitching of your back tacking area? Don't know how mine looks compared to sellers.
Go get that black key piece right there. Can you see it with if it's black?
Yeah, black might be kind of hard. Let's see on one of these. I don't know. This is probably a good example. So, I mean, your back tack will never be perfect. You don't need to like strive for perfection here. That's why I've always loved Western tack. But here's the that's the top side of the stitching, and you come in here, and that's where the stitch was ended right here, and this is the back side of the stitch. So, it's pretty consistent, like pretty close to the rest of the stitching, but it is like a little bit more bunched up there. I mean, that's just kind of what you get with it. Oh, dropping it like it's hot. And there's the front side of that back tack. Man, how do I get this to focus? Anyway, that's what you get. That's all you get.
Okay.
Do you design new models using a computer, graphic design software to create templates, or draw the thing on paper? Yeah, I use Adobe Illustrator, like primarily. That's it. You
draw it first.
Oh yeah, I usually do like some rough sketches first, just because I feel really comfortable on that. But I always take it to Illustrator before I make the actual patterns. If you want to turn it back the other way, because it's kind of going over there on the chair. Yeah. That's my bad.
Hold on. Our logo, isn't it from Augustine Dye? Or is that from our...
Yeah, we get it from Augustine Dye Company. It's just somewhere that our Waterbury recommended to us. I hadn't had one that I really loved. I had gotten some dyes off Etsy. Augustine's really good. They make them out of magnesium, so it's a little bit more affordable, but they're still like really durable. But yeah, I don't really feel like I have that dialed in yet. I like Augustine. The frustrating thing is like most of these suppliers that Waterbury recommended to us don't have websites. Like the dye makers, National Dye, I just have an email form, so I get these questions all the time. All I can give you is an email. That's all I have, but I have the links in the description of our videos.
Love working with you guys on. Oh, thank you, James. Okay, what was your... Did you answer James' question about the dye's cost?
The stamping dies or
What do the
cutting
dyes cost
dies?
for the Mighty Press?
Oh.
Do you emboss your logo with the press?
Well, the dies, yeah, we do. We emboss our logo with the clicker press too. But the clicker dies cost, it depends on the shape and size and like what you include in it. So it's really hard to say what it is. But like, just for example, one of our, like an average wallet, to have the whole set of dies made is usually around $300 for us, somewhere around there. But that changes because like we just started having pins put in them to help us know where to start and stop the stitch. And it just kind of like makes a little mark like you would make with an awl or something. It just makes a little mark as you cut it. So it helps you know where to start and stop the stitch. But those little things cost a little bit more. Anyway, they're not cheap, but it's worth it if you can click out, you know, 50 wallets at a time. You've already paid for it right there. Cool, thanks. Mine's a little rougher.
Sorry, I just don't. Okay, any classes on Adobe you recommend? Have you ever done any?
I haven't done any.
I took all my classes from him. He teaches me everything I know on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got on it a lot. I am gonna do a video about it though for patterns. Like I've had a few requests for it, so I'll just do like a really quick run through of making a wallet pattern on Adobe Illustrator. It's actually like, for a graphic designer, it's like one of the easiest things ever. You know, you're basically just working with simple shapes and lines, so it's really easy. Like, you don't have to be an expert in Adobe Illustrator or graphic design to be able to make one. So I'll show on a video sometime soon. Oh, I haven't.
What is your stitch size roughly in millimeters?
4? Yeah.
4.
4. I need a stool. You see a stool? Have you checked the babies recently?
No. I should check out. Oh, I'm at a farmer's market selling. That's awesome. Is he? I would love to try a briefcase like yours. Do you have a template or know where to get one?
We don't have a template yet for it. I've been debating whether or not I want to do one. I'm just not sure. Like, it kind of feels good to keep some things proprietary and like unique to us, but you guys know I'm also like an open book and I'm just all about sharing. So I don't know. We'll get back to you on that. We might do it, maybe not. Also, with bags, there's a lot more to the process of making it than just the templates. Like with a wallet, you pretty much get the idea. You're like, there's the shape, stitch it together. With the bag, it's going to take a little bit more of an extensive description on how, like, our patterns have things in it that only I would really understand that I put in as I was making it. You know, like, I left a 1/2 inch on top of the pocket so that you can fold it over, and just little things like that. So if I do sell the pattern, I'm going to have to get really descriptive with the pattern and like describe where things are supposed to go and what little marks are for and stuff like that. So it'll take a lot of work to get it ready, but we might do it.
P.O. boxes are not supported.
We need to get a P.O. box, by the way. I keep forgetting.
Okay, let's see. Welcome, Nadia. Barbara said, don't feel bad. My hubby is the computer genius, but I'm the creative one. But he's both.
But that's all I've got in life. That's all I have. She's got everything else.
Hello from Virginia. Have you ever thought about making travel bags on wheels that go in hand luggage?
Haven't.
We haven't thought about that. We do want to do some like weekenders, and we have all sorts of things we want to do. So one day we'll get on to our next project.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't been doing I got distracted doing the...
Okay, do you have any opinions on Tipman, I don't know, manual sewing machine? I don't have the space for a Juki right now.
I don't have any... I know people like it a lot. The only thing that concerns me is the price is about just as much as a normal sewing machine. You know, if you're gonna spend $1,000 on something that you have to operate by hand when you could go buy like a used Consew RB1 for like $400, it's just kind of like, I don't like the idea of that. But if space is your only concern, then maybe the Tippmann Boss would be the good way to go. It's because it's really small. It's just like a thing like this, kind of like our little arbor presses, and you just sit there and do that. Could be a really cool thing. I don't know. I've never tried one though.
Kim, you're too nice. We'll get a P.O. box within the next
What'd
couple
she say?
weeks. She said she'd love to send
Oh
some
man,
goodies.
we do need to get a P.O. box because we've had a few people say that and can't be handing out our home address, but we would love that.
Welcome all the newbies. There's some newbies in here. Not new to, just new to today. Do you have any thoughts on the Singer 4423? Tandy selling for leather. That's why I bought it, but now I have heard others say it's not. Oh, Tandy says selling. Tandy is selling. Oh, I can't read. I'm sorry.
Tandy is selling for leather. So I bought it, but now I've heard others say it's not. I honestly don't know anything about that machine. I'm sorry, Barbara.
They don't know where to send the black t-shirts. I'm surprised neither of us is wearing a black shirt today. I have black
We'll get a
pants.
P.O. box. That's pretty funny.
No, I was gonna check the babies. Let me hurry and check them. The Wi-Fi's just not working right now.
It's probably because it's all going on that.
Oh, he moved. Wait, where's his face? Oh, there it is.
Barbara, were you saying, is that the machine that Tandy's doing now? I've seen that they have like a little like tabletop domestic kind of machine that I've seen. It looks really cool. I'd love to play with it, but I didn't know it was a Singer though.
I'm glad you're home from work. And you made it on the live stream. What time is it? It's 4:52
Rugged
here.
Collar says, I have a Trotec Speedy Flex laser engraver, and it really helps way beyond pumping out shapes. Do you plan on getting one? You should. Yeah, I actually looked into that exact one. I love the Trotec. But I don't plan on getting one now just because we've kind of changed. Laser's just not a big part of our process anymore. I do love that you can get a lot more done. You know, you're killing a lot of birds with one stone. Like, you get the shapes cut and then you can engrave your logo into it. You can get like into custom stuff and have people like send you images or initials or logos or whatever and engrave it really easy without having to order the dies. So yeah, I would love to, but that's an expensive machine, man. That's like, we're talking like 10, 15 grand and, or 20, I don't know. I can't remember what the Speedy Flex laser was, but yeah, it's, just depends. That machine will sew through a couple layers of thinner leather, but can really only use 30 weight thread, or it starts to jam up. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I was actually talking to one of Tandy's social media reps, and they were talking about how they might be coming out with a lot of new equipment in the near future, and I'm excited about it. But it'd be interesting to see what they come up with. I think they're going to be doing like some heat presses and a clicker press, but I think they might be getting into the sewing machine game too. I think it'd be really cool. I hope they do. Okay, got that done. I think I saw Tandy did a foil. Yeah, I noticed that too. It's funny because I talked to him just like a week ago, but then I got a catalog and saw their foil stamper, their hot foil machine, in the catalog already. So I'm like, okay, so you're already doing it or what? But maybe he was talking about something else that they're doing. What's going on? We got some weird bug over there.
machine and presses are in the new 2019 catalog. Is that for Tandy?
Yeah.
Harry Rogers made one, I think. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, is that us?
That sounded like Indy. I don't know how we'd be able to hear her though.
No, she's still
It's
sleeping.
not?
Sounded kind of like Wes, but obviously he can't get out of it. Oh, he's up now.
He is?
Wesley's up.
What are you guys doing for the weekend? We don't have any big plans. We're lame. Greetings from Costa Mesa. Hi guys. Hi Art. Harry Rogers made one. Talking about a foil machine. Harry Rogers makes everything. That guy is the man. I've never seen a more resourceful, productive person. He's making his own clicker dies. I thought he was mostly just like a leather channel guy, but then I was looking on his other videos, and like some of his most viewed videos are like woodworking ones where he made a chair from start to finish, cut down a tree and made an entire chair from it in 24 hours. It was incredible. Do you know how many people in the last Renaissance leather field? I'm thinking about gearing towards that field. I don't know anything about the Renaissance world. Sorry, Barbara, we're not very much help to you. I wish I was. Fixing the house.
I'm trying to get him to help me finish Wes's room.
The Singer 4423 has 23 stitch variations, and the 4411 has 11 stitch options, but otherwise they're the same. Cool, it's good to know. Thanks, Shane. Shane knows his stuff. Hi, Howard.
Thank you, Art.
Harry Rogers is so clever and a really nice guy. Yeah, that's what I love about him. He just seems like, he's just like the nicest guy ever. I love his accent. Just a cool dude.
There is a weird bug. It sounds like
It's like
electricity
he's
over there.
stuck in one of those boxes or something.
864. Last time, we said we were gonna send out some hats, and I'm sending them out right now. Well, I'm getting ready to send them out. I gotta email the 2 people that won.
Who won? Why did you get started in leather? Oh, I missed one. Let's go back a little bit. About to go out in my shop and finish up a couple leather orders myself. Cool. Good luck, John. Why did you get started in leatherwork, and at what point did you decide this was going to be your profession? The why was because I'm just the type of person that functions better working for myself. It's not like a pride thing. I just function better when I'm working for myself, and so that was a big part of it. I'm also I have a very like creative soul. I'm always like just eager to create things and like sketch and design and draw and create videos, and the leather craft aspect was just like a very natural fit. It just felt good to be able to sit down and make something from nothing and have it be something that really quality that would last a long time. I just love the idea of that. So yeah, I can't remember like a specific time though when I realized it would be a profession. I mean, maybe it wasn't even that long ago. We've been doing it for like 5 years, maybe 6 years, because we've been married for 5 years, but I started before we were married.
But you didn't have a business for like the first year to like the next.
Yeah, I'm just saying it started leathercraft. Didn't. I mean, it's hard to say when it became an official business, because even when you're selling products, if you're only selling, a couple things a month or whatever, is it really a business yet? Like, it's kind of just, still a hobby level. Like, I feel like we're sometimes still just in hobby level. Like we're just having a good time, we're doing it, but it's not the kind of thing that can, okay, we'll just end it there. Whatever like your definition of a business is, maybe just by selling something, we're technically a business, we have a business license, but I don't know. I knew that it was gonna be my kind of a long-term thing. I don't know, like.
For wanted to try?
in 2016 maybe, because I got laid off from my full-time job, and Whit and I just had to have some serious conversations. Like, should I just go apply for some job that I didn't have a college education, and so I did have a lot of experience in graphic design and social media and things like that. So I liked I felt pretty confident that I might be able to get a job that I wouldn't hate horribly. But it just didn't sit right. I just didn't feel like it was going to be a good place for me. So we just made the decision to do this full time and make it work. Even though we had just bought a house, we had a mortgage, we had a baby, and not too long after that, we had another one on the way. So it was a hectic time of life, and it still is in a way.
Yeah, it's still crazy.
It's still hectic. I mean, we're in no way like made it. We're still just like kind of flying by the seat of our pants. Okay, did you make a business plan? Not in the traditional sense. I wouldn't say I like sat down and wrote one out, but I've always had like a very distinct plan in my head for what I wanted for the business. I've always wanted to run very lean. I never really had the desire to create something really like physically big, like a big factory with hundreds of employees and lots of overhead and things like that. I always wanted to do something that would run lean, so that's why the outsourcing was kind of like a defining moment for that goal, because I was able to scale our sales and production, but we're still running lean. It's still just Whit and I sitting in this little shop in our yard, and we can essentially take on as many orders as we need to and not be outgrown, because the factory we're working with is really capable, really efficient. So anyway, a lot of millionaires didn't go to college either. Hopefully I can be listed in that millionaire category one day, but definitely not yet. I bought me a Muse Hobby laser. I had people wanting me to stamp a paragraph. LOL, gonna have to take your advice and stay away from custom. Yeah, just I don't know. That's just how I've always felt. I know a lot of other guys do really well with custom though. It's tough. But see, with the laser, I don't know, like laser makes custom much different, because if you can pump it out pretty quick, then it might be a good way to go.
Okay, sorry.
What are you sorry about?
I'm gonna be loud.
Oh. Tim's here. What?
There was a question right under that one.
Oh.
Barbara.
Oh, sorry, I'll come back to you. I don't know how to get started. I thought about making some really nice things and having my husband's company give them away at their Christmas party to spread the word. Thoughts? Yeah, that's a great thing to do, Barbara. That's such a solid model in my opinion. If you can get a lot of those like client/customer gifts so I forget to look right here. I'm looking at you. I've been reading, yeah, you're up here. Those customer gifts are an awesome way to go, because they're bulk orders, and who wouldn't like getting something like a handcrafted piece of leatherwork for a gift? It's a really great way to go. Okay, Tim. Hi, Parker. You're my favorite YouTuber leatherworker. I'd love to come see the shop and the property sometimes. Well, thank you, Tim. That's a lot. Holy smokes, that's a lot. That's a lot of responsibility. Favorite YouTuber, because I happen to know.
Are you Tim?
I'm pretty sure that's Tim, right? Like our friend
Ogden
Tim. How many Tim sessions can there be? I'm pretty sure that's him. But yeah, man.
We just saw your wife.
Yeah, we saw her at Target. Did she tell you?
Oh, a baby's here.
What? How did she get out?
I told her.
Indy! Hi, sweetheart. Did you get a little scared because you woke up alone?
I told her to come out, and she got her boots on and came out. Can you say hi? Say hi. Okay, you just wake up. Don't cry.
Oh, what I was going to say is I happen to know that Tim is like close friends with Sean Duras, and he's a huge YouTuber, so that's saying a lot. I appreciate that, Tim. You're the man.
Barbara, did we answer Barbara's? Yeah, we answered Barbara's.
Dremel's coming out with a laser, but it's still like $6,000. Whew! But that's significantly better than, you know, like the Trotex, and most of the lasers I looked into were like 15, 20 grand. So, sheesh.
We do live streams like twice a week lately. Pretty much every Friday. Right?
Every Monday and Friday for sure. But I've even squeezed them in like midweek sometimes too.
But, so 2 to 3 times a week.
What are your thoughts on it? Like, do you prefer the live streams over just a regular vlog? Because I was talking about this with Whit, but it's been tough because our views have gone down a lot. And I'm not like too stressed about the amount of views we get and things like that, because it doesn't decrease from the value of what we're creating and the relationship we have with you all. But it does make me wonder, like, are people bummed out that we're doing more live streams instead of more vlogs? Or do you think the live streams are like more engaging because we get to like sit here and chat with you? That's the thing I love about it. I just wish we got better quality. This is not good, but I'm working on that. I have a friend that's gonna help me out with it tonight because my computer just wouldn't handle it. I bought like a capture card, had my A6500 set up with the HDMI, good clean output, and it was just getting super laggy and glitchy, and so I'm gonna be fixing that soon. We'll have like multiple cameras set up where you can like maybe a view where you're like looking at what I'm working on, and then also one on our faces so we can like talk, and you can switch between them really easily. So I think that'd be a cool way to go. And the video quality would be better because every time I upload a live stream, it goes up in 720 instead of 1080. Rachel Suter's here. What's up, Rach?
Hi, Rach. We keep looking down here, but the comments are down here. Okay, John said, pattern material, paper or plastic?
I don't know, something in between. We just use like a poster board.
We started with poster board. Park would do his patterns on that, and then he would, after he'd started using Illustrator, he would send it into a print shop and get it printed on.
Yeah, like if you know a print shop that has like a large format printer, like really large.
Stop hitting me.
Then you can have them cut it out on like a heavier stock, and that's a good way to go. But we don't use patterns that much because we have our dies cut, you know?
Tim said, yeah, this is awkward.
So, I knew it was you, Tim, all along. I never doubted.
We need a hang.
Yeah. We love Lacey. She was cool.
Kim said, hi, Indy. Say hi. She's pretty shy, and she's even more shy when she just wakes up.
What did we miss? Okay, rugged collars. It's hard finding videos on the business side of our craft. Do you plan on making one or recommend any? Please send me a hat. he's subtle about that.
Watch your messages. There's going to be 2 messages going out for the hat winners. They'll probably go out Monday, though, because I just got done printing these.
I've done a couple videos about like the business side. There's one that's like 5 things you need to start selling your leatherwork, and I go into like creating a website and, you know, marketing yourself on social media and things like that. But I'd love to make more of them. I just haven't, because those never get the same amount of clicks as when I make one that's like a video that says here's how to make a number 52 wallet or something. Like those ones get way more clicks than me talking about, you know, like business and growth and all those kinds of things, which I actually really enjoy. But I'm trying to like make content that you guys enjoy, and the view count is kind of an indicator of that. That's why I was telling Whit, I'm like kind of bummed, like why have our last like 5 or 6 videos that like barely broke 1,000 views. But when I first started uploading to YouTube, like some of those got tons of views, like 250,000 views and 70,000, and like they were getting up there. And you know, so I just want to make sure that we're making stuff that you guys really want to see.
Daniel, that's awesome. What are you talking about?
I just read Barbara's comment. She said I love both.
Oh, that's good.
Your podcast has inspired me to start up leatherworking again.
That's
love your passion.
Daniel.
Oh. Art says he loves live streaming. Cool. We'll keep doing it. There's an attachment for the Shapeco 3, I believe, that you will allow to use the laser from JTech. Cool. Rach, glad you're here. I thought your last video was exceptional. Thank you, Paul.
I'm sorry if we ever say your name wrong, and if we do, just Maybe, how do you do that? And pronunciate it? What is
Yeah,
the
pronounce it.
word? Is pronunciate not a word?
I think you're thinking of enunciate. You mixed pronounce and enunciate.
Just
funny.
so we can help say your name, because does that say state?
Yeah,
Say
I have no idea.
it says hi. Let's see. Livestream is awesome and very informative. Love the way you do vlogs as well. It's easy to listen to your views, and asking questions is so nice with live.
Cool.
Yeah, we like answering your questions and being able to.
It jumped.
It jumps, so then we miss it. Kim says she loves both live and vlogs. Hi from Cowboy Leather. Hi Scott from Cowboy Leather. If you film at 1080, will Parker wear makeup?
I guess I'll have to, because that's going to be a little intimate. All our vlogs are at 1080, and those are right up in my grill.
Yeah.
So, but I do wear makeup every day. So
Yeah, I
just
put
so
it
you
on
know.
and do it.
I just love it when I get like extra. I like extra blush. You know, it's a good look. Like lots of red right here.
Hi Douglas. Okay, David said it's something different that you do by showing the business side of things, but I still love it. Is that about live streaming?
You do by showing the business side of things. Oh, it's something completely different that you do by showing the business. Oh, cool. Thank you, David.
Okay, Hado. Currently waiting on some Wicked and Craig English bridal to come from District Leather.
Ooh.
Your channel inspired me to get my hands on some. Can't wait. Post some pictures in it so of you when you get it, and tag us so we can go back and see some.
Love me some Wicked and Craig bridal.
May not get the clicks, but it's still needed. When I went to art school, I really
Wish they would have had a business classes since they do it freelance. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Like, well, never mind. Not gonna talk about that. All right.
we need
I
each
need
other to
so
finish.
Yeah.
He started finishing that.
I don't think either of us have had a complete thought
No.
in at least an hour.
Scott loves how-to videos. Scott, what kind of how-to videos do you like to see? We like getting like input of what you guys specifically like to see. We have like a list of videos that Park wants to do, and I say Park, but he really does most of it. I'm like in here like 2 hours a day at the most. So
It's helpful.
he
though.
does all of it.
A lot of the how-to videos that we do are like more detail oriented, like here's how to paint an edge, as opposed to here's how to make an entire wallet from start to finish. So I don't know which you guys like better. I think eventually when I get a lot of these orders off my plate and I have a little bit more free time again, I want to start making like full start to finish wallet builds again, or not just wallet but bags too, like just the whole thing. I think those videos do really well. To this day, our highest viewed video is the how we make our best-selling wallet, the number 52. It has like 250,000 views or more now. It's almost 300,000, I think. But
What kind of tutorial did you do on that? I can't remember. What
it was just like really raw. It was just like my cell phone, and I just like said, here's what I'm doing. It was really raw, poorly done, but it got a lot of views.
Okay. Morgan, that's awesome. Thanks for watching our channel. Let's see. Kathy said when she started leatherwork, there were no videos, tutorials, only books from Tandy. So it's very cool to see so many workers and awesome people such as yourselves. Thanks, Kathy. You guys are all so nice. Really, so nice. We have some meanies, but most of you
Only
are
had to block
really nice.
2 people between our last 2 live views. I'm kind of sad Ron Jeremy's not here again. That guy was woof. What if it was the real Ron Jeremy?
Art says, me too, I like the how-to videos. How about a live how-to streaming?
That would be cool.
What do you want to see how-to?
I think the how-to streaming would work really well when I get my the setup down with like 2 camera angles. You know, I'll get the capture card. I just need to get my computer to handle it, but we're gonna do that soon, because then I can swap between the different views and like show right what I'm working on, and then like show our faces and you know, all that.
Paul said, what leather cuts do you order normally? Sides, back, etc.
Mostly just full sides. Well, I say full, but technically a side is half of a hide. So sides. We order sides mostly. If you're only making belts, then definitely just order bends or double bends, because that is the strongest part of the hide, the highest grain. It's going to be really tight without like really limited stretching. So you definitely don't want to be making a belt out of like the belly section of a side, or some of the weaker parts. So anyway,
Scott, that's true. You can do more how-to videos when you work, and so you can talk and work at the same time. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't say things very well. Yeah.
Saying things is hard.
Wondering how District Leather fared through the hurricane, still waiting on an order. I haven't heard. Have you heard from him?
No, I didn't even hear about that. I have to call Beal.
Jonathan, I'm glad you could make it on the live too. Or like start to finish.
It would be cool to see, oh, you already read that one.
No, I didn't.
It would be cool to see you make some small projects that beginners could try to make into the craft. Yeah, definitely. Paul says, Mrs. J handles the money side of our business. Which of you does this, or both, would you say?
Neither of us like that part.
We have a financial partner who came on board, was it 2 years ago or 1 year? I don't know how long it's been. 1.5. I don't know, but yeah, he's been amazing. Thomas and Kaylin Gulbranson, they help out with all of our financial stuff, like helping us get funding, taxes, just all that kind of stuff. He handles it. He's really good at it. So luckily we can kind of keep our hands off. I still do like really basic stuff, like I keep an eye on the account and make sure we're squared away. But yeah, as far as like funding and things like that go, it's so over our heads. Taxes for both of us is like, it's a double.
Not only like that, like I just have the worst anxiety. Every time it's tax season, I'm like about to lose my mind. So don't come around me April. Well, end of March, April. Okay. Yeah, I should go to school for kids who can't speak very well. That is true.
What? Did someone say that? Where did they say that? School for kids who can't speak very well.
Okay, you're on that one. I gotta go get Wes.
So loved you guys' video on photo editing. Just can't find the app for the camera control. Being able to take pictures and it downloads while you're doing so. Oh! Okay, I saw you mention that before. Or maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was someone else. But someone asked about how do you control the camera with your phone. Wait, with the phone? Oh, okay. So I actually wasn't doing that on my phone. I was doing it on my desktop, on my laptop. And yeah, there's just an app that syncs up with your Sony. I can't remember what it's called. Remote. Anyway, there's YouTube videos about it where they help you like sync up your Sony camera with your with Lightroom, so that as soon as you take the picture, it just sends the photo straight into Lightroom, and you can start editing it from there and make sure your settings are good and everything. Sometimes like things look different in the viewfinder than they do once you've got it blown up on your screen. So it just helps to do it that way, but it's not crucial. The most important thing is just getting a good backdrop, good lighting, get your settings all dialed in for exposure, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Oh, and it depends on what camera you have. Some cameras don't have remote control, but I think most of them do nowadays, but you have to buy the remote as a separate thing. And I haven't done that yet. I'd like to. Like our new Sony A7 has smartphone control, and so that's been fun to play with. Wesley boy! Hey buddy!
He's yelling Dada all the way out.
You're yelling Dada? Let me hold you. Did you have a good nap? What'd you dream about?
I'm tired now.
Do you want to work with some leather? Oh, good. Yeah, that's good work. Make sure you bang on that glue bottle real good.
Which one did you listen to?
I don't remember. Hey, what did Rach say? Phil and I will watch whatever you post because it makes us feel like we're hanging out with you.
Your opinion matters.
You're talking about Rach? You're the only opinion that matters to me. I always think, like, what would Rachel do? What would Rachel say? We need to hang out, though. Have you ever thought about making an item with leather and wax canvas? All the time. Like, I got obsessed about it at one point, but I made some like camera. It's over there. Yeah, I have. That's the short answer. Oh, that's what he was quoting with the school for kids who can't.
Maybe because I never stay awake during a movie, so.
That's funny.
But I really do need to.
What is this? A school for ants? Have you ever thought about making?
Words are hard.
Thanks, Barbara. Barbara, why'd you retract your last message? Now I'm so curious to know what it said. I'm not gonna sleep at night from now on. I'll never know what that message said. Trader Nail gave a biohazard. Yep. Okay, I gotta start gluing, people. Wesley, you
I had an idea. It's not really that important, but I want to send out little goodie bags once a week to. Are you laughing at me?
No, I'm laughing at him.
For our YouTube subscribers, and I wanted to know what you guys would like want in them. Like we were thinking, like sometimes some hats, sometimes some T-shirts, some stickers.
We don't have any T-shirts yet, but we should make some.
Yeah,
for that.
I want to know like what kind of goodie bags you'd want, or if you'd want any at all. And like we want to get some car stickers, like just small ones, not like crazy, like huge, take up the back window. Just little nice ones. Anyway, if anyone would be into that.
That'd be killer.
Let us know.
Like a once a week giveaway? How often? Once a week?
Yeah, once a week, but they'd be different ones every time. Like
so that would be crazy. Like once a week, somebody's getting a nice little patches. Someone said, I can't read it from there. Who said that? We have a lot of patches. Barbara said, it was a typo. Fair enough. I'm still not going to sleep at night. Kim says anything. Kim is very deserving of something. We definitely need to send her something. She's like here at every single live stream. Actually, you've missed a couple, Kim. I was very disappointed.
She was there. She was just late. Remember?
No, there was one where she wasn't here.
Patches are fun. We actually do have a lot of patches, and we throw them in orders lately, but we'll do some patches in a magnetic sticker. That's a good idea. I didn't think of that one.
Matthew says we've got a budding leather worker here. Seems
yeah,
really
look
into
at
it.
him. He's really into it.
Wow, that's a cool trick. What is that, magnet?
Blacks,
What's he doing? How did he do that?
Custom holsters. What's that?
Look what he did.
Wow. How'd you know how to do that?
He just put it right in that hole.
Look at him smiling.
He's so into it.
Show him your trick.
Yeah, that's a pretty good trick. You fit that right into the hole.
Hey, she says that at the doctors. You can't be so rude. Enamel pins? Oh, I didn't think of that. Have some good ideas. Yeah, we have hats. So hats are definitely an in, but we wanted to get some other input. So that's awesome with the enamel pins.
Suzanne said, what was the first leather project you made for your wife?
Wait, hold on. For one of our anniversaries, we're like, okay, we're not buying anything. It was when we were first married. I don't think Indy was even born yet, so we were really first married.
I made you something before we were married, though, so this can't be it.
Oh, you made me a Christmas one, too.
And before that, you got one of those little backpacks, remember?
Oh, yeah, I should bring it on one of these.
Wicked and Craig bridal backpack.
My very first... No, we weren't married. You didn't make it specific for me, though. You made it, and then I was like, I want this.
Yeah.
But it was a cute little backpack rucksack, and I still have it. It's so cute. The only reason I don't use it is we used to not do the what are those called? Easy release things?
The tuck lock closures.
And so I'd have to do up the buckle every single time, and it got really hard, especially you add kids to that. So he made that for me first, but for Christmas, he has made me a bag. And for our anniversary, a bag. For
Mother's Day, I made you a bag once.
Yeah, for Mother's Day. What? I only can think of 2 bags.
That old world harness one?
Yeah, that was our anniversary. Or was it not? What'd you make me for our anniversary?
I made you that tote. What was that tote in Q10 Bridal? That you made a little dangly for.
That was Mother's Day. Yeah. So, anyway, he's made me quite a few things, but my next thing, I want him to make me a diaper bag specific for me, for the baby, the new baby.
She hasn't been very well behaved though, so we'll see. Thanks, Kim.
How about showing some of your viewers' items? I've seen this on the Knife Maker channel. Good way to build community feel. For sure. That's an awesome idea.
I like that idea. I've been sharing some of your vlogs, like some of the Maker Vloggery guys in our group. If they post a new vlog, I usually share it on our channel, like in the post community section. So I love doing that. So if that should give you enough incentive, like do it. I'll post it. I'll share it. When do you normally live stream? That's Mike, isn't it? Black Swamp Custom Holster. I just watched your vlog. It was awesome. It depends. So far we've been like pretty consistent with doing them on Mondays and Fridays, but there have been a couple weeks where I've done them on Wednesday too. Oh, time? Yeah, it's all over the board. I don't know.
It's never during lunchtime for us. We always do it before or after lunch. Usually, if I've been doing them with them, and it's like from 2 to 4 when the kids nap. Keychains. Yeah, that's an awesome idea. We have some keychains in the works, so we definitely throw those in a goodie bag. There was one up here I thought I missed. Keychains. Oh, yeah.
You guys got any questions for Wesley? He's got a lot of knowledge in that little noggin.
Wes, can you wave? Wave to yourself up there. Hey, look up there. This is, he gets all Indy's hand-me-down, so he has a pink Kindle. Here, play with this. You hit this like that.
Wait a minute.
Bubbles?
What am I doing here? Yeah, I'm doing
Yes,
this.
it is Mike, babe.
Cool, Mike. I loved your vlog. Killing it. Just a total natural.
How come I didn't see it? Was it just tagged or is it in our group?
No, he didn't even post it or anything. I searched the Maker Vloggery hashtag on YouTube and saw it.
Oh, cool.
But I think he did post the link now.
Trader now. He doesn't have any Shopkins, neither does Indy, so I'm not exactly sure what those are. Are they like little stuffed animals or little plastic toys?
Indy has Shopkins. Don't you have Shopkins?
No.
Oh.
Look at her. She's smiling.
We're speaking her language.
Wes's favorite toy. He has...
Probably his 6 guns.
Yeah, he has these little cute little guns.
Little cowboy 6 shooters.
Or he has a Black & Decker, like, kids drill. He loves fixing everything with that, too.
Yeah.
And he loves his little motorcycles to drive around. Oh, Wessie. What color with this color?
What do you call your pacifier, Wes?
Little plastic food toys or something. Trader, no, you must have some kids that have those. I don't know if our kids are old enough because we pick out all their toys for them, so they don't tell us what they want yet. We just call it a binky.
Well, and he's not really talking yet,
Yeah.
not so much with the words. He's got some words.
He loves this thing. I don't know how we're going to get rid of it. Huh, look at him. He doesn't even look at me and just takes it out of my hand. Hey. So were your ancestors cowboys, do you think? I
Well,
don't think mine were, but
I mean,
I wouldn't doubt you.
it just depends on how you look at it. Like I was reading about my great-great-grandpa named Thomas Litchfield who crossed the plains during the whole Mormon exodus from Missouri, so or Nauvoo. So anyway, I don't know. I don't think he was a cowboy, but there are some cool hats of him in cowboy hats, and he was a farmer and a rancher, and so I don't know. I mean, he wasn't holding up trains or anything that I know of. Probably not.
John asked, where do you get the music that you use on your videos?
We use a site called Epidemic Sound.
They have some good stuff.
It's like a membership-based thing, though. I can't even remember how much we pay for it, but you pay monthly,
I
and
think it's like $15 a month, isn't it?
yeah, probably something like that. But you get to just download like a certain amount of songs each month, and they always have good stuff. My boys' faves were their guns too. My husband was in the Army when we met, and my stepfather was a tank commander who fought Fort Knox. That's awesome, Barbara. Yeah, Wesley's just a cowboy at heart. He loves horses, and he loves his single action 6 guns.
Just Thursdays. When are you guys doing this stock and barrel baby range with these diaper bags?
Oh man, I don't know. Soon.
I told him I need one. We're due March 24th, and he came 4 weeks early, so I said I need one by February.
You guys got to stop ordering things so I can actually have time to do it.
Don't stop ordering things. Like a question of the day.
What do you mean that we ask?
Yeah. Well, I'm done working for the day.
No, you can't be done.
I know I need to ship these out.
I saw a film about that Parker the other week. What? About what? Me? What Parker?
No, probably what you were talking about.
I saw a film about
You're talking about
that.
cowboys and ancestors and
Oh.
cowboys and stuff.
Oh. You're probably talking about when the Mormons left Nauvoo for Salt Lake City.
Morgan says, what do you suggest for someone that is good at making things but not at creating original products? Uh-oh, you're gonna trip.
That's a good question.
Go sit by Indy. Go sit by Indy.
Just practice. Just I don't know. Just
Well,
brainstorm.
I'll kind of help
a
you
lot.
out because he's a lot more creative than me. I, at first, he would have a pattern. Buffering? Is it buffering on here?
Shouldn't be now. Are we back, Kim? It looks good on our
Let
side.
us know if we're good. But at first, he had a product and he had designed it. And I kind of used his pattern and tweaked it a little bit to make something that I wanted specific. So like something, like I took off buckles and added like, anyway, I added different things. So at first I used his pattern and then just kept trying to like turn it into my own product.
Yeah, so that's a good way to do it. Like, all good things come from an idea, whether you like it or not. There aren't any really actually original ideas. Everything is inspired from something else that you got in life. So find something that you like, apply it your own way, find ways to tweak it. Like, yeah, a good example is like Led Zeppelin's one of my favorite all-time bands. Almost every single one of their songs is a cover song, but you wouldn't know it because of the way that they put their touch on it. It was just so unique and so powerful. So anyway.
Shane has the right idea. He said make things from set patterns and figure out what you dislike. And that's kind of what I was talking about, but you say it a lot better. All of a sudden you are customizing and working on your own ideas.
Yeah, I think like the real key thing is just to always be making something. Man, we need to start like a campaign of that. Always be making. We'll have t-shirts.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm always trying to start the next movement. But no, like if you're always making something, like even if you can't come up with something original, we'll come up with something that maybe is somebody else's first and keep doing it. And the more you do it, the more you're going to see areas that you can change because now you're more experienced. You can say, well, I like the way they did that there, but I personally like this. And then you can change that. And there's, it's just always be making something. So if it's not original at first, it's okay.
Have you heard of the pattern pack from District Leather? Douglas said.
Pattern pack from District Leather. Huh, I didn't know he was doing that. He and I talked about doing a pattern, but we've been kind of in the talks with some other people about doing it. It's kind of like a tricky thing, but yeah, like start with somebody else's first and then just keep making and evolving.
It's so funny. You say something, but they said it before, but you didn't read it. Combine different maker patterns to make a unique design. Matthew says let's put always make something on a shirt.
Yeah.
Always be making.
Always be making. We'll just, that'll be it. Always be making. It's like always be closing. ABM.
Morgan, cool, thanks. that just gave me an idea. It's awesome. Show us your ideas. We need like some kind of hashtag too for people to put so we can see their projects they're working on.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We do have that one. Don't forget about the Meet My Workspace hashtag. I did a video about that a while ago because I wanted to see everyone's workspace. Everyone in the Maker Vloggery group has been doing this, like all by themselves. Everyone's videos, the first videos they're posting is like an intro to their shop, and I love it. I want to see more of that.
Is it Nikolai? It says greetings, but I'm just really bad at words. We already established that.
I sent it in waiting for it to be approved. What's that, the pattern pack or what?
No, it's probably in the Maker group.
Ew. Oh,
Is it
yeah.
the Maker group?
I had to, at the beginning of the Maker Vloggery group, I had to put that posts need to be approved first because we were getting a lot that were outside of the topic and outside of the scope of the group. But now everyone's kind of got it. Like everyone's kind of in a rhythm now. I think I can take away that so that every post doesn't have to be approved now.
Video shop. I wonder
Cool.
if I had my phone, I'd go check it out.
Yeah, my phone's up here. But
If you haven't been approved into the group, I said this a little bit earlier, but make sure that you go back through and make sure you answered the questions that Park put on there, so we can get you approved. Because if they say they haven't answered the questions yet, we haven't approved those people yet.
I think so. But the only way you can get into the group is if you answer those questions, because we have to make sure that everyone's committed to the purpose of that group.
Miss Chris says you don't want to see my workspace.
I do.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's
it.
messy. I want to see it.
To be truthful, Park's a lot messier than me, but he's pretty clean.
I'm
You're
usually
getting
pretty
cleaner.
messy.
He's getting more organized.
It depends on what aspect of my life. Like I used to be really, like my car or my Jeep used to be pristine for a while, and then it's not anymore. But other things I'm getting better at.
Just kids make it hard. Barbara, you're so nice. If you have any other questions, you've been really good at all the questions.
Love Barbara Vance.
Park, what's your favorite type of leather to work with?
Oh my goodness, that is a hard question.
That one's drying.
Yeah. Gosh, dang it. Don't ask me that. That's hard.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Thank
I
you.
really don't know if I can answer that. I mean, first of all, I'd have to just
Throw it to Mom.
throw a blanket out there, like just vegetable tan. That's not all I work with, but if I had to say like my favorite, it's vegetable tan leather, because I love like the saddlery and western tack type of leather craft. So I love vegetable tan leather, but I'm so all over the board. Like obviously shell cordovan and chrome excel and some of those like high-end Horween hides are really fun to work with. But some of my absolute favorite is like Old World harness from Herman Oak. We haven't even touched it in a long time. We used to work with it a lot, but I haven't anymore. But that's got to be like one of my favorites. And then of course like lots of Wicked and Craig harness and bridle is fun. I can't pin it down to just one. I'm sorry. I didn't answer that question very well.
What's your favorite leather to work with?
Yeah, black skirting leather is really fun. I used to hate skirting. I bought a skirting hide once when I first started, and it was really hard to cut and work with, and so I kind of gave up on it for years. And then we recently got back into skirting, and it must have just been a bad hide or something, but like ever since then, it's been really fun to work with. It has kind of a matte finish.
I really like the color and the matte. I like the matte, but I just was cutting out some key pieces on the Magic One, the Mighty Wonder.
The magic one.
Magic Wonder, it should be called that. Anyway, I was cutting some out, and I had to use all my might to pull that thing down, and it could be because I'm not very.
It might have been
strong,
that dye too. I think that dye is getting dull.
But that piece of the hide too was a lot stiffer.
Yeah.
But it's not too
Skirting
bad
can
to
be
work
hard
with.
to cut for sure. There's no doubt.
Okay, I'm so bad at names. What does it say? Luisito?
Luisito?
Luisito. The group, we're talking about the Maker Vloggery group, I think. and you go on Facebook and you search #MakerVloggery and you request to join, and then there'll be some questions, and make sure you answer those questions to be approved. And the qualifications to be approved, you just need to be a maker, and it doesn't have to be leather, and have a place where you're going to start posting videos, or like a YouTube channel. Someone had a Vimeo, someone just does Facebook where they post videos, or Instagram when they post videos.
So basically the group is for anyone who is a maker and wants to start vlogging or already is vlogging. Because we just had a lot of like communication about that. People were asking about it. I was like, it'd be cool if we had somewhere separate that we could kind of just like, oh man, that's my, anyway. It'd be cool if we had like one place where we could be talking about this and kind of like share tips and, you know, gear and all that kind of stuff. So it's about creating video as a maker. That's what it's about. And if you don't really fall into one of those categories, then you probably wouldn't enjoy the group very much, because that's all it's not like a leathercraft group. It's not a...
There are other groups that are just leathercraft groups. And so that's why we didn't need to be another one of those. Stay here, boy. Hey.
Where you going, bud?
Hey. He's out of here.
Out the door.
Well, let's answer a couple more and then... It was buffering again. Nikolai leather. When I first started, it was a hobby. Lobby leather bows. Hey, stop.
Buddy.
Hey, I'm more comfortable to grab the good stuff. Hey, why are you crying? Hey, look at yourself up there.
I'm from Canada. Will that be okay? Of course, definitely. Half heard, where do I go join? So again, I don't think I've put it in the default thing, so I'll add the link in the description, but it won't be there right now. But the last couple videos will have a link to the Facebook group. Or you can just search #MakerVloggery. 2 G's, like MakerVloggery. With a hashtag in front of it. So anyway, yeah, and it's on Facebook. Thanks, Barbara. I couldn't believe how many people joined like right off the bat. I was like, I thought maybe we'd have like 4 or 5 people, maybe 10. We instantly had like 40 people join in, and there's about 50 requests for people that want to join. Wes, you're loud, man.
We gotta go. Sorry, we're loud.
What, you're going?
Oh, I can't let him go inside alone.
No, I mean, did you mean we gotta go?
I said I'm gonna go.
Oh. I might hang out for a little bit, but I gotta start cleaning up pretty soon.
It is a hard age to sit still.
He's crazy. Like, we can't eat out very easily. It's kind of torture, like, going anywhere with him, even though we love him to death.
Hey, bring those boxes in for me, please. Okay.
Oh, me? Yeah, I will. I gotta finish gluing these and then I'll be in. When our kids were young, we had about 10 spare dummies just in case we lost it. Oh man. I'm gonna move this a little bit. Made a wallet out of 3 to 4 ounce veg tan leather, but it's very stiff. How can I make it more soft? Well, veg tan leather will soften up over time as you use it. But if you want it to come right out of the box softer, you can use like leather balm. Leather balm will soften it up a little bit, like Smith's Leather Balm on our site. Or you could just try getting a different type of leather. Like for instance, if you're just going for that natural veg tan look, you can get calf skin, and it comes really soft. It's almost like upholstery leather or something. It's really soft tempered, and it has the natural veg tan look. And it is it's vegetable tan, but it's totally soft. I mean, you could use it as a blanket or something. It's I've been eyeing a hide down for a while that I'm gonna go get, but I need to get a few calfskin veg tan hides because I want to try making some bags out of it. Every time I make a bag out of just natural veg, it tends to like crack a lot. I mean, let me show you something. Hold on. So these parts on our bag right here can be really hard on veg tan leather. Like we roll the pockets, so you can see the inside right there. We roll it around. That's a sharp corner for vegetable tan leather because it tends to crack. And you know, this stuff is okay. This is harness leather, so it's completely stuffed and infused with waxes and oil, so we can get it to work. But if it's a drier leather like skirting or just like tooling or carving leather, those corners are really hard to you know, make work. So I've been eyeing down some calfskin hides. The only problem is calfskin's a lot smaller because, of course, it's a calf. It's a smaller creature. Okay, going to start my video and hashtagging Maker Vloggery. Right on, Shane. Can't wait to see it. Do you mostly use natural veg or previously dye? Yeah, I do use some natural veg tan. Like we sell a lot of wallets, just natural veg. But anything that's colored, like has any kind of color to it, like this, we buy it straight from the tannery like that. They just have such beautiful recipes for color, and it saves us a lot of time. Dyeing is a pretty grueling process, and so anyway, yeah. So I just like to get it. You know, the tanneries offer such beautiful colors that I just don't really see a reason to dye it myself. Douglas says neat's foot oil. Yeah, neat's foot oil is a great option if you want it, but it will darken quite a bit. So if you just use like 1 or 2 coats, it won't darken too much. But if you like immerse it in a warm vat of it, it'll soften it up a lot. But it's going to be quite a bit darker. It won't look like natural veg tan anymore. It'll be more of like that saddle color. Forgive me, but maybe you mentioned this in an earlier video. How could a vlog make a business better? I'm fairly new to the leather business scene. Okay, so this isn't like a definitive strategy that I've kind of put out there, like start a vlog, it'll make your business better. But I have been noticing in the short time that we've been more consistently vlogging that our engagement has gone up on all social media channels. Our sales have gone up, our traffic has gone up, and I think what is most important is that the sense of community has gone up a lot more, and maybe that's kind of what ups all the other what's the word I'm going for? Anyway, I think it just helps on all fronts. But that's what I really loved. Like I think it's always a good idea to be more transparent than not. If you can show your customers that you're an honest person, that you're not being being misleading or misrepresentative in any way. I remember a while ago we had a lot of people emailing saying they wanted to come tour our factory and meet all our employees, and I was like, wow, like have I missed the boat or what? I mean, people think we are a big factory, and we're not. It's me and my wife sitting here, and I don't ever want anyone to get the wrong idea of who we are and what we do. It also helps a lot, like if something comes up and we can't get an order out within 48 hours or whatever. That happens a lot, especially lately since Whit's pregnant. Things have just been so hectic because she has really sick pregnancies. But anyway, things have been hectic, and I think that if you can see us, like you can see, Wes being crazy and crying, like you kind of get a sense of like empathy, and you go, you know what, these are just two like normal people trying to make and fill orders as fast as they can, and maybe you have a little bit more what's the word I'm going for? Gosh, I'm not good with the words, you guys, especially today. But anyway, it's just it's always good to be transparent and let your customers know who you are. Be honest as you can. And so that's one thing that I think a vlog does really well at. Kim, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you're the best. I love that you're here every time. I'll tell Whit. Have a good one. I love it. Kim's like a celebrity in our live streams. Everyone knows Kim. Yeah, empathy, I guess, is what I was going for, Kurt. Thank you. But anyway, I'm not saying that like starting a vlog channel is going to answer all your concerns or like instantly grow your business, but it's definitely a good way to get in touch with your audience, and here's the real beauty of it. It actually adds a second side of the revenue. And this isn't like, I wouldn't suggest people go do this because of it, but like, why not? I mean, we get paid for the videos we're putting up in a lot of different aspects. From AdSense, every time one of you click on an ad, we get paid. And you wouldn't think that that would actually generate that much revenue, but it does. It really does. People are out there making millions of dollars from their YouTube channel just based on AdSense and ad clicks. It's wild. It seems unnatural. You wouldn't think it would work, but it does. And then we also sell our digital patterns to our products, and that generates its own revenue. And then we also have like brand sponsorships, partnerships that we do. So there's a lot of good reasons to start YouTube. I could have brought those in.
But I'm gonna do them right now.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you. So there's a lot of, I think that was like one of the reasons I was able to justify doing it more consistently, because it does take a lot of time, there's no doubt. Filming and editing is tough, but it's been so rewarding on a lot of different levels. It's helped our business in growth, and it's also brought in this other side of revenue, and it's kind of collided two passions that I have, which is leathercraft and like filmmaking. I really love photography and video, so it was just a good thing all around. It made a lot of sense for me. I'm not saying it works for everyone, but if it does, if you happen to like making videos, or you love working with cameras, or you just want to like grow a better relationship with your followers and be more transparent, then that's a good way to do it. I chose to do it on YouTube just because of the monetization. I've always thought Instagram would be like, we already have a decent following on Instagram, so I thought maybe I should just do vlogs and like upload them to the stories and IGTV and the posts, and I'll just like be more active on Instagram. But there's no monetization there, and so I thought, if I'm gonna be posting, and also YouTube's like it's the second biggest search engine in the world behind Google, and it's actually owned by Google, but everyone's going there to learn things, so why not be there for them? Why not be the one that they can learn from? So anyway, that's kind of like my evolution into the YouTube world, but I know it's not for everyone. I totally get it. Some people, when I bring my camera in public, or I tell them that I'm like making a YouTube video, it's just like, it really like throws people off. They're like, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that? It seems really weird. Like, how could you do that to your family? How could you put your family on under a microscope like that? And it's so funny. I've heard so many different things about it, but we love it. We love it so much. It's been such a cool little addition to our family, and it's helped in so many different ways. Okay, what did you learn first? Well, I didn't learn how to sew on a machine for years after I learned the craft, but I did have to learn how to hand stitch like right off the bat. That's definitely a part of it. So, how thin do you skive those bottoms down? I don't know. I don't have my gauge around here, but it's pretty thin. I mean, it goes right down to almost nothing. And I have my bell skiver taper, so instead of just skiving down like this, it actually tapers to a point. So anyway, I haven't been able to find my gauge since we moved into the shop. I might need to go to Tandy and get a new one, but to like test the weight of your leather, or else I would just tell you right now. Sorry, I gotta move some text out of the way. I might have to go soon. We're hooking up with some friends later tonight, and I totally forgot, or I didn't realize it was so late. It's already 6 o'clock here in Utah, so, oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, gosh, there's so many good questions here. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. I got to go, but come back. I'm going to do this again. We almost always do them on Mondays and Fridays, but I might even be doing them Wednesday, just because I love doing them. I love chatting with you guys. It's fun. Talked to a person in the early 20s, said that was normal. Crazy. Friday, you don't want to hang out till 1 or 2 in the morning. I mean, let's do it. I'll go get a cold beverage and let's just hang out. Get yourself out. Yeah, that's not on the agenda for tonight. Especially when you got kids. Love the video. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it. Okay. All right, I'm going to go. I keep reading comments. Gosh, you guys are so awesome. I love these comments. Thank you so much for being here. Let's do it again soon. Hope you guys have a good Friday. Always be making. Hashtag always be making. Thanks, Nadia. Thanks, Donnie. All right, guys. Have a good one.